What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the TheQuotCast. My name is Anthony. That's Andrew.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest today, AmorNay.
Yes.
Right?
Hello.
That's how you say it?
Yes, AmorNay.
Perfect.
Yes.
We were worried
Welcome.
about that too. We were like, oh, don't want to mess it up.
AmorNay.
Love.
Yes.
What is
AmorNay.
the reasoning behind the name?
Well, I couldn't use nay because a lot of people have nay, and then I always wrote love nay in my books. Love nay. Like
Yeah, that's on your Instagram bio.
like when you do autographs or things like that, I would do love nay, and then I like the word amor, so AmorNay. That's what
Awesome.
I did. Yeah. Yes.
Do you have any Spanish background? Or?
I'm actually not Spanish. I'm black
Okay.
and white,
Okay.
but I do like Spanish though.
Amor is just
Yeah.
a,
Yeah, you could
A
you
general
could say it
term,
if
I
you-
think.
Anyone can
yeah,
really say
be
it.
it doesn't
more-
have to be Spanish.
Yeah, no.
Right?
Yeah, it
Awesome.
can be French. There's different ways. I mean, there's different. You could spell it different ways, and it's different languages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you are a singer,
I'm a singer.
songwriter,
Yes.
actress.
Yes.
Is there anything I'm missing?
We saw you have merch. We saw you
I
have
have merch. Yes, I
Yeah, you
have
got
merch.
merch going.
New merch coming.
Is it available yet?
Soon. New merch is coming soon with
Okay.
with embroidery. So
Okay.
I gotta
Where can they
figure that
find
out.
it?
On my website, but it's not up just yet. I need to learn how to do. I'm doing it myself, so I
cool.
do everything myself, kind of.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So do we. You have to start somewhere and
Yeah.
work your way up.
He does.
Right.
He does run it a lot. He's kind of like the mastermind behind everything.
Right.
Yeah, if you have any questions, I'm an open book.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of
Yep.
course.
I do. I went to I do modeling as well. I went to modeling and acting school at 14. Yeah. So I did that.
And how old are you now, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
24.
24.
Yeah.
It's about
I'm a
10 years.
Taurus.
You know not
Nice.
to ask a girl that.
I know, that's why I said if you don't mind.
No, that's fine.
I don't wanna be
No,
rude.
yeah, that's fine. I'm a Taurus. What are you guys?
I'm a Taurus too.
Oh,
April 28th.
Oh, you April Taurus? Okay, never mind.
Scorpio.
Why, what do you,
Scorpio. Nice.
are you
May.
May?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I turned
Actually-
28 this year.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm
I'm
old.
turning 27.
That's not
God.
old at all.
I'm getting there. I'm almost at 30. Practically 30. I don't really care
It's
too
not
much.
old.
You know how
You're getting
people are
there.
always like freaking out about 30. I'm like, not freaking out so much, but like,
I mean,
see.
I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I don't want to get old. Like, I always told myself, I'm never going to get old. I'm just
Right,
gonna be
same.
a
I
kid
think we
forever.
always did that, yeah.
same Anthony.
And it's not working out too well.
I feel like I'm like 30 something. Like I've been
Really?
through-
You feel like you're in your 30s
Yeah,
already?
I feel like I'm 30 something. I feel like I'm young. I'm still young. Well, I just said the two opposite things, but like I'm still young, but I feel old. If that makes sense,
Gotcha.
right?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So, how long have you been a singer?
Okay, I started writing like 4 years ago, and I started just listening to YouTube beats and then writing, and then I went to singing lessons. I did that for like a year, and then I went to a couple different engineers, and so altogether, like I've been doing it for 4 years, and then I took it serious like the past 2 years.
Nice.
So 4 years. Yeah.
It's a tough space.
It is. I
really
think
is.
I feel like it's harder than acting.
Because, like, me as a DJ, I know the industry is just insane.
I feel like
Right.
it could be very stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, with acting, you obviously need a lot, like your resume, your reel. You need to have short films and things like that. But what you need is an agent and a manager, and then they help you get auditions, and then you just have to go to the auditions and hopefully get the part. So that's easier in a sense rather than music. You have to find the right engineer to work with that understands your sound, videographers, photographers, and a lot of people are snakes.
Oh yeah.
and they talk a lot.
I could tell you a story. If that's
the
a
story.
You can tell. You can
So,
tell the story.
I've actually been meaning to tell this story on the podcast. I just didn't know how to work it in, but this is perfect.
Okay.
So, I used to DJ a lot in the city.
I know what you're talking about.
Webster Hall was like my
heard.
main in.
Okay.
And your brother, Age,
Yeah.
I guess this is a good time to bring it in. Adram,
Yes.
was on our show, if you guys remember.
One of the early
I don't remember which episode it was. I think it might have been
3 or 4.
3 or 4. So he was there with me a couple times too.
Right.
And yeah, it was awesome. And I had this guy. I'm going to put him on blast. He went by Hector.
Okay.
That's not his real name, but that's what he went by.
Right.
Hector.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so he was a promoter. He worked at a bunch of the clubs and the festivals in the area. And he basically handled like the side rooms.
Okay.
Like where not the headliners, like the lower DJs,
Right.
where they played. So I was in the balcony lounge of Webster Hall, which, if you guys don't know, is the upstairs. And it was cool. I had a huge turnout for a decent amount of them. And Webster Hall shut down for renovations.
Okay.
So,
For a long time.
yeah, they were closed for like 3-4 years. So I decided to try and like still stay in the industry, like in the market in the city. So I just figured, work with Hector. You already know him. He has ins in places, you know.
Yeah.
So he tried to book me at, I think it was a show on a boat. I think that was the first one. It was like Bounce Boat or something like that. And I had to put up some money in order to play the show, and then whatever.
I'm sure you could
Invest
tell
in
how
money
this
to
is
make
going.
money.
Right, whatever
Right.
of the tickets I sold,
Right.
I would make the profit.
Right.
So I sold a decent amount, not a lot, but enough to where it was like reasonable.
Yes.
And the day of the show, they said, we're going to release the flyer on Instagram. Keep an eye out for it. So they release it, and my name's not on it.
Nice.
So I hit him up, and I'm like, what's the deal? What's going on? And he's like, oh, bro, something happened. It fell through. I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it. I'll get you on another show.
Well, what happened to your funds?
That's where we're going. So
Oh,
I'm like, all right, whatever it is, what it is. He's like, don't worry about the money. We'll push that toward the next event. Okay. So then there was
that already sounds sus.
but I had this blind faith because like
He was just so happy.
I
to
just
get
wanted
something.
to DJ so badly at
Right.
these huge clubs.
Right.
And so then they did a Halloween show in a warehouse. Afrojack was the headliner. Same thing. They're like, okay, just keep an eye out for the flyer.
Right.
Flyer comes out, my name's not on it.
No way. That's fucked up.
So I'm
I'm
like,
sorry.
what is going on?
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, I'm so sorry.
No.
It's not me. And I'm down like, I think $2,000 at this point.
So you spent more money for the next one.
Yeah. So then the third one
Yo.
comes up.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Third one
No,
comes
you
up.
didn't.
Third one comes up. Hardwell was the headliner, and if anyone knows me, knows I love Hardwell. He's like one of my favorite DJs.
Right.
So I was
Oh,
like,
now you're like-
I was dying.
Yeah.
You know, it was at the Brooklyn Mirage.
Okay.
Which you might know.
Brooklyn Mirage.
Yeah. It's a huge venue in Brooklyn. It's like outdoor, indoor.
Okay.
Same thing. We'll release the flyer. You're all good. You don't have to sell tickets or anything. You're good.
Did you say Hector? Am I going to be on this? Like, did you talk
There
to
was a
him?
lot of back and forth, and he knew I wasn't happy.
Right.
He knew it. So
You gave him more money?
yeah. Yep. So then flyer comes out. No ex Toro.
Okay, so he's
So,
just using you.
yeah.
At that point.
So that was the last straw. I said, you know what? F you. I'm done. I don't want to work with you anymore.
Right.
This is just going to keep happening. And like he
Right.
tried to like make things right with words.
Right.
Not with
the words.
getting my money back.
Right.
We're just
But-
we're just in a,
But Exactly. I put thousands of dollars into these events and
Right.
couldn't even get in.
Yeah.
I didn't have admission in.
Oh my!
I didn't even go to
you
the
didn't get in?
events.
Oh my god!
Yeah. It was
Damn,
bad.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's okay.
But that's the business.
That's the business.
That's what happens.
And you have to really know and trust who you're working with.
Right.
I thought I could trust him.
Right.
But has anything like that happened to you yet?
Well, just in general, like
I don't
just
mean yet,
people,
as in like it's gonna happen, but
it
like,
better not.
but like
Should
so
be
far.
smarter than that. But
Now you know his story. So
well, just in general, like with people, like how I look at people now or how I go about people is if you say something weird or you do something weird one time, I'm out. Like I don't have time to even
See, that's
I don't even
that's what I should
explain
have done.
Sometimes I just ghost people and I'm
That's
done.
what I should have done. Just a one strike
Yeah.
you're out type thing.
What has happened to me? Oh God, there's
Yeah, like any interesting industry stories or anything?
I'm sure you got a bunch.
I was at I don't even want to say the story.
You could just say different
Yeah,
names.
you don't
if
have to say names
if it,
or
if it
places
involves
or
like a
anything.
certain
Well,
place. Or
I was
anything.
at a TV show with a big director. Like everyone knows this director. And there was a light guy there, and you know we're all together. I'm in the union. Well, actually at that time I wasn't in the union. You know, we're like a team. Everyone we're working. He's doing the lights. I'm acting. That person doing. You know, we're all. And so he comes to me and he's like, hey, I do lights and I also do videography stuff. And I'm like, okay. He gives me his business card, and at the time, I was maybe 19, and
That's young.
Yeah, I started doing background work at acting work around 17. After high school, I went right to the city and did classes. But anyway,
That's awesome.
right, yeah. And so we got each other's number and we talked on the phone like twice for business. Just business. I didn't find him attractive. Maybe he found me attractive, but it was only business. And then next thing you know, I get a text, like a random number saying like, hey, leave my boyfriend alone. And I'm like,
Uh-oh.
I called him and I'm like, do you know this number? And he's like, that's my crazy ex-girlfriend. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't like drama. I don't want to get involved in no drama. Like, I don't like this already. And I think I don't know if it was that time, but eventually, long story short, eventually I blocked both of them. And I never seen that guy after that first time. I never seen him again. We only spoke a couple times, and I blocked both of the numbers, and then I get a message from my friend saying he sent me a screenshot of someone in his DM saying like that I was messing with his wife, and he's just giving me a bad name.
What?
And I was at work at the time, and I was like, oh my, there was like a whole big paragraph, and I unblocked the number and I called her and I was like, listen, this is what happened, and I explained everything to her, and I'm like, listen, I'm not even attracted to your man's, like, I don't like that was that. And then I said, can you inbox those people and say that you got the wrong person or something? And then she did that, and then that was it. And yeah,
You would expect these people to be professional or
yeah,
something.
right, that, yeah,
I mean, I'm sure that kind of stuff happens a lot,
yeah,
especially in acting.
and that was the first time and that was the last time. Like, I don't even give my number out really anymore, only like Instagram and email. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
So you have an agent and like everything goes through your agent?
I have two agents. Sometimes it goes through my agent, and sometimes I look for work as well. But
That saves you the trouble, because then, you know, your number's not out and you're not talking to them like personally, so you don't have to deal with all that.
right, yeah, it's
Yeah.
better to just go through a manager or an agent. But music, like, a couple different engineers, people that I was paying, like to do, like my first engineer that I went to, we were around the same age, like 22, and I paid him, you know, so we can work together. But I never went with anyone. I was just doing this myself. I didn't know anything about anything. Just I need to go into the studio and record. That's what I think I have to do. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get close, flirting with me, trying to touch my leg. I'm like, I only wanna, and my song was already in his computer, and it needs to be mixed. I'm like, I need to go back. I already paid him. Yeah, like I'm just like, damn. But
there's some people out there that just make things so awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
No morals. Like you're there obviously to do business, and you expect the same respect, but
right, it's
you got to be careful.
Gotta be careful.
Definitely got to be careful, especially as a woman.
Yeah, you live and you learn. But I haven't had any problems for a couple years, so that's good. Like I said, if something's weird, I just dip. I dip out of there.
Tricks of the trade.
Dip.
Listen right here. One strike, you're out.
One strike, you're done.
Not 3 strikes like him.
Don't give them the time of day.
That goes with the guys too.
Yeah.
One strike, you're one red flag.
Yeah, red flags is like the perfect word.
Or you can give it 3 times and then decide.
No, not for me.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. Right. We will be right back. Welcome back to the TheQuotCast, everybody. We are here with AmorNay.
Yes.
Just chatting it up about a little bit of everything. Mostly went into the music industry and a little bit of acting. Back to the music industry, you actually just released a new song.
Yes.
Whatever You Want. It's out everywhere, right? Spotify, Apple.
All platforms.
It's really a song that makes you want to get up and like dance. Like we were just like listening to it.
I love the R&B like groove that it has.
Right.
No, yeah.
Thanks.
Like you catch yourself like
grooving
when you're listening to it.
Thanks guys for listening to it.
Of course.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
We actually have it right now.
Uh-huh.
If you're okay, we could play a little bit of it.
You can play it? Oh, look, it's right there.
Is it gonna?
Oh, I turned the Bluetooth off. Rut-row. Hold up.
Rut-row.
Rut-row. Still kind of hear it though. Okay, now.
I can give you easily. Don't you question my king.
Still on the oh, it's coming from.
We can hear it on here as a preview, but they can hear it like full.
Whatever you want from me, I can give you easily. Don't you question my king.
Yeah, sing along.
This is really something you would hear like on the radio or anything like that.
Just sit back tonight. I'll do what you say.
Yeah, I love that like R&B like groove.
Good feel.
Groove is the perfect word
I
for
think
it.
I wrote that song. I don't even remember writing that song. Sometimes I do remember, but I think I wrote that song in like 2 days. I usually
Really?
It takes me, if I'm into the song, it will take me a day to write it. Yeah. I go just straight through. But that song was only like I think 2 days.
2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, and I wasn't thinking about nobody when I wrote it, so.
We were gonna ask.
Are you sure? It kind of seemed like
what's
it was.
the motivation there? Is there?
It kind of seemed like someone had to have been on the mind.
I don't think it was about anybody.
Okay.
I was definitely single at that time. I still am.
In case anyone was wondering.
But yeah, nobody in mind.
Okay. What was the writing process like?
Well, my writing process is I listen to a beat. I listen to a beat, and the first 10 seconds, if I like where it's going, I get my phone and I press record on my voice memo. And I start mumbling. And usually the beat can tell me like if it's happy or sad or like what I'm going to talk about in a way. Like the beat talks to me. And then I listen back to my mumble, my melody. And
yeah, that's what I was just about to say. The mumbling, that's how you sort of get the melody
right,
down.
The melody, yeah. And then I put words to it, and then It's just like a puzzle piece. I can either do the chorus or the verse first, or I do the second verse. Sometimes I have to come back to do the first verse, or I have to finish the chorus, or like, yeah. So that's my writing process.
You make your lyrics right there on the spot?
With the mumble,
well, after
sometimes
once it involves.
Maybe in the mumble I will say some things, some key things. Yeah.
Is that where like sometimes you'll get the hook?
Yeah,
Like,
that's most of the time where I get the hook. Yeah, okay. I go off my first mumble.
For those of you who don't know, the hook is like the chorus.
The chorus.
Like the main part that everybody knows.
Right. I've been told that I have good choruses.
From what I've heard,
I write the good
I would agree with that.
Very catchy.
Yes, thank you.
When do we have new music coming out?
New music? Well, first
Album?
I'm gonna be posting my music video March 1st to Whatever You Want, and then next month I'm gonna be posting a new single called Way Back. This one's like an edgy song, and then I gotta post a music video for that, and then I might drop one more single, and then the album will come out in May.
So you've got the
timeline,
the few month plan.
Yeah. I actually have like Way Back was done 2 years ago before that song.
Like completely done?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. I got things
lined up.
See,
I got a process.
When I was making music, I always found it really hard to like sit on your stuff that you were really proud of. Like the song that I made with your brother, like I wanted to get it out because I was so proud of it.
Right.
And
you have to execute the right way.
Yeah. I don't know if I did necessarily. Like we released it at a music festival.
Okay.
Which was sick.
Right.
But online, like marketing wise, I don't think we did it the right way because it could have gotten a lot bigger.
Right.
Do you have any
how'd you promote it?
Just Instagram,
right,
Facebook, just to the people who know us and
right,
hoping that it would sort of make like a chain reaction.
Right.
Do you have like a certain way of marketing your stuff?
At the moment, I just...
Podcasts are a very good way of doing it.
Podcasts are a good way. Yes,
yeah.
Podcasts are a good way. Like I just do like the paid promotions at this point, and then I know some people that just repost things and stuff like that. I go out to events and network, and
networking at events is huge.
Right.
I feel like that's most important.
Right.
You never know who you're going to talk to.
Right. You never know.
You never know.
Because especially in like New York City, or like if you're in LA, you're going to run into like some big people.
Right. Right.
And those connections will take you far.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Have you been out to LA at all?
Yeah, I was out in LA like 2 years ago, but that was just for vacation with a ex. But it was nothing for music. I think at that time too, like I wasn't really doing music too much, or I was just getting into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You could be like Age and just drop everything and move out there.
Yeah. No. I can't do that. I got big dreams. So I feel like New York is the way to. I got to just stay in New York.
Yeah.
I've always thought about moving to LA, but I don't really know anybody there. And what's the difference between New York, LA, and Atlanta? It's like the same. I'm gonna be going there and doing the same thing. Maybe meeting different people, but there's big people everywhere.
I think New York just has just as many opportunities as LA anywhere else.
Right.
But it's a very, what's the word? Not underground, but like hidden. Because like
You gotta know the people.
you can go to Manhattan, walk around for like 2-3 days straight and not see a single celebrity or big time person.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple events and I met some people. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's always so nerve-wracking whenever you see like a celebrity like you're like, well, for me at least, at work, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know what to say. I can't even say hi. I'm just like, oh, just walking, pretend like I don't know, but I do know him, but I'm freaking out inside.
Right. When I go out, I have like, that's when my AmorNay comes out. Like I really want to just like perform or just stand out in some way. Yeah.
Do you feel more confident when you're out like on a networking mission?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like the other day, I was at a fashion show, and I see like
Was it Fashion Week last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was at a fashion show.
I thought so.
And I see the girls. I see them all modeling, and I know about modeling, but I was like, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. But then I'm like, wait a minute. I want to perform and model. Like I want to be the artist that's doing. I don't want to just. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just being a model. I've been. But then I was like, actually, I want to go and talk to a designer. Like I want to go talk to someone that can put me in a show or you know something. And then I went downstairs where all the models were, and I was looking, I was searching, and then I met someone down there. So yeah, and that will, I don't know, take me further. The person that I met.
Yeah, I think most of it is connections, who you meet, who you run into, and what they could do for you.
Right.
Not just in the music industry or in acting, but in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like it's sometimes it's all about who you know, or if you know what I mean. Like
Definitely, it's all about who you know.
Especially
it
with,
really
like,
is.
Yeah, because
was
like
kind of
there's
with the music.
there's some
definitely.
amazing talent that I've heard out there, and they just don't make it big, and it's because they never had any connections that could like pull them onto that other
Right.
side, you know.
Right.
Not that there's like a specific line that you get pulled onto, but it's like a process.
Right. Yeah, you need to have this well, for me, I feel like visualization is key. Like once you see it, it's already done.
It's like when you set your goals.
Yeah, when you set your goals, yeah, like were they consistent? Did they have a good drive? Like, well, I'm asking you, like the people that you think that the people that have people that did music or still do music, were they consistent with it? The people that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would make like YouTube videos and
They still do that?
put things out on Spotify even, but they would self-release
Right.
and just never got the right connections, I guess.
Right. Gotta go outside. You gotta go outside.
you got to start making some flyers and stuff.
Right.
Is that a thing?
Posting up flyers on all the telephone poles.
Yeah. I don't know if you would do that.
It was definitely much easier. Like I just watched the Kanye documentary.
Oh, I've been meaning
I wanna
to
see
watch
that.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
It's good?
Yeah,
I wanna
it's
see it so
really
bad.
good. It's really good. I love that Cootie is that the name that followed Kanye everywhere from just the beginning. But what was I about to say? Shit, I forgot.
That happens to me all the time. It just completely slipped my mind.
I forgot.
You know they were having the Kanye documentary in theaters, and it was
Oh.
like I think it was like $26 a ticket.
Oh.
I'm like, shit, damn. I was like,
It's on
could see it.
Netflix.
And then I saw it come out on
Is it on
Netflix. I was like,
Netflix?
thank
Yeah.
God I didn't pay it
Yeah.
and go see it. I was like, I'll just watch it on Netflix.
It came out like what, like a day later?
No, it came out. I think I noticed like maybe a week or two ago
Oh, okay. So
before it came out on Netflix. But I think it's like a 3-parter.
Yeah.
Well, almost. Well, it will be
Yeah.
something like that.
gotcha.
I was
So
just about to say something. I forgot.
it's all good. It'll come back to you.
Is it about the documentary?
Yeah, it is. It is. And something about what you said. Sorry, sometimes my memory goes. I forgot.
Maybe we'll come back.
Hopefully.
it'll
If
come
it
back.
comes back, let us know.
Okay, I will let you know.
But speaking of goals, what are your short-term like goals looking like? Like next 2 years,
okay.
what do you want to do
Well,
in the acting scene, music scene, everything?
well, okay. The next 2 years. Well, what I just said to you, with you guys, is like the next single, the single after that, the album, the music videos. performing more. You're getting on more podcasts.
Yeah, it's been hard with like the pandemic and everything to book shows, right?
Right. I haven't done much shows, but I'd like to do more shows.
I saw
So-
one on your Instagram.
Yeah. Right. And forgetting everything.
It's okay.
The goals. I would like to have a feature or be. Well, I like to be a feature or have someone feature on my music. Someone, bigger.
That goes back to the connections
in the
and
connections. Yes.
with a feature, their fans are hearing you,
Right.
your fans are hearing them.
Right. And
It's a great mutual thing.
right. And actually, before I even started the music, shout out to my guy Mars. He actually hit me up, and he just said, like, whenever you have music or whatever, come to after church in California to perform. And I didn't even do music. I'm like, how does he even know? I had no music out. I had nothing on my page. And so that's one of my goals too, is to go to California and go to his event and perform like 2 of my songs. So yeah, that's another goal of mine. But I would love to be on tour. Yeah, I would like to hit 1 million on something, a music video or just streams for music. And then with acting, I would like to be in a big film or a Netflix show, be a supporting or a principal character. So yeah.
Awesome.
We saw something on your Instagram, something about Def Jam.
Def Jam.
Def Jam
yeah.
Records.
Right.
What was that about?
That was
Sorry to cut you off. Before we go into that, we're going to take another quick break.
okay.
We'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Welcome back to the TheQuotCast, everybody. We are here with AmorNay. We spoke a lot about
So we left. How we
acting,
left off.
music, and Andrew left off with a question.
I was asking about that Def Jam picture, that set. It looked like a set.
Right. It was set. It was.
I didn't want to. I was trying to piece it together by the hashtag and everything.
Right.
I was like, I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah, it was.
Wanted to ask you about
it
it.
was a set in one of the. I think it was in Center Studios. That's in Brooklyn. Yeah, that's where it was. And I was a featured background, part of Union.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Lala was there. Dave East was there. It was cool.
Dave East.
Dave
That's cool.
East.
That was cool. Yeah.
So you've been a background in a lot of things?
Oh yeah.
Like how many would you say off the top of your head?
I can name.
I knew that was going to be a tough question.
Like my first one was Billions, Blue Bloods,
Blue Bloods, I've heard of that.
Blacklist, Law and Order, Gemini Man. She's Gotta Have It Too. That's a show. Vampires vs. the Bronx. That's a movie. And then a couple different other shows. Like there was a point where I was just doing so many shows that I just didn't even know what show it was.
Didn't even register
I
what
wasn't
you were
even. I
doing,
didn't
you're
even
just-
watch the show.
yeah.
Like I'm just there. Right.
Do you have to like audition for these things, or how does it work? You just go and apply, or
For background work, it's just an online agency that you sign up with. You have to have your headshots or maybe just a candid photo or just a regular photo of you, and then you can get called from the casting director. And then for me, when I first started, like 2 months in, the casting director reached out to me and they were like, "Hey, the director has seen your photo and he wants you to be in Blue Bloods as a featured." And so that day, it was 2 days, and that's where I got my 2 union waivers. You need 3 waivers to become union. You can be union different ways, but that's how I went about it.
yeah.
And then and then I wasn't too consistent. My car broke, and I had work, and I couldn't take off for work and things like that. But then eventually I got my 3rd waiver, and then I was eligible for the union, and then the union It cost $3,000, and then I got
Like a one-time thing?
a one-time thing,
I
yeah.
didn't know
But then
that
you have to
part.
pay your dues every year,
Okay.
right?
Does that guarantee you like a certain amount of showings, I guess you could say?
Well,
Does it
when
have-
you go on set,
Yeah, like
There's-
what's the benefit of being in the union?
the benefit is, well, one, you get paid more. I'm trying to think of what to say. I don't want to say too much, but you get paid more. You get treated better, and there's actually people there, like on set. There's people from the union on set watching over the union people, making sure they're good. So you're secured. You're secured as an actress, being in the union, right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they used to have, but they don't have it now. But before COVID, they always had classes. If you're in the union, you can have like free classes, and I would always go to the acting class, commercial, voiceover. I met with a couple different.
Oh, they were free?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I would go right into Manhattan and go into the building and do the classes, but they haven't had those in a while. And sometimes they would, well, not sometimes, all the time, like a new movie. Let's say if Jennifer Lopez has a new movie, they would say, come to the, I forgot what it's called, but she would be sitting on stage talking, and I can go there and watch her about the movie.
Oh, I've
she
seen
would
that
she,
in,
she
like-
would talk about the movie, and people would ask her questions and things like
Really?
that.
I've
yeah.
seen that in like a movie or a show. They like
I forgot
showed
what it's
that.
called. Yeah, I don't. It's not a showcase. I forgot what it's called, but it's when the actors, just talk about their movie. Yeah, and people ask questions.
That's cool.
That's what they had, but they haven't had that in a while. Yeah.
Do you have anybody that's been like a mentor for you in the acting space that you've like worked with?
I mean, I kind of did all of this myself. But when I went to classes, I had my teachers. But I only talked to them when I went to class. Like, I didn't talk to them when I was like home or anything. I don't really have a mentor. Yeah, for acting.
If somebody wanted to get into the acting space, like as a background, or if they wanted to audition for a large role, what would be the easiest way to do that?
I'd like to be in the background of something.
Well,
I don't
That's
think I could
partially
be-
why I'm asking,
I don't
because
think I could be an actor.
want to get into it.
But
Right. You can just go on. You can just. Should I say the website or should I not? People are very selfish in the industry too.
You don't have to. You can just say
I'm sure they
it's-
could find
it's a
it.
website.
It's a website. It's a talent agency website, and you can sign up, and then you can start doing background work. And then you will see like the real deal. Like, there's a bunch of people with the cameras, the writer, the producer, the director is there, like real people, and it takes a while. Like, you're sitting there for hours, and you may get picked, you may not get picked to go on scene. You may all be way in the background, like way in the back, like you can't even see you. But I forgot, what was the question? You asked me a question, and I was going somewhere else with it. Oh, how do you get started
into the scene?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So that's just regular background, but to be an actor,
Yeah, like if you were looking for
I feel like you
auditions.
really got to push and really want that.
you need to go to classes. That's
Yeah.
one. You need to go to a class. You need to go to a couple classes. You need to get that confidence. You need to have
Not
need
care
to-
what people think.
right. You need to build your memorization skills. You need to act. You just need to start acting, or even like when I started to, like with family, I would always start joking around, like, but act in a way, or yeah.
like just talking a random accent, or
Yeah, talking a random accent, or just like
I do that just
like
naturally.
lie or just like joke around or I don't know, just act like on purpose, but they don't know that you're acting.
They're just like, oh, she's just being her.
Right. Yeah, so acting classes, and got to get your resume. Like I said in the beginning, got to get your resume. You got to do short films or student films and get your reel together. You have to have like to get a manager, you need a good reel, and you need at least like 3 or 4 speaking parts to show in your reel, to show the manager that, hey, I've been in parts, and can we work together? Or things
Right,
like
you've
that.
done things, you have experience.
But you need to do that first, and some people won't even look at you because you don't have experience.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do I even get my experience?
If you're not giving them a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like with anything, like a job application. It'll be like, you have to have a minimum of 2 years experience in this.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get experience. Like, why do I have to?
Yeah, like my last audition, I get auditions here and there from my agent. But like my last audition was with Law and Order. It was a guest star. That would have been very good for me. But what I do is I make sure that I know my script. So I go in there with no script in my hand, and I've gotten complimented on that a couple times. That like, oh, I'm proud. Like, not I'm proud, but They say
they like it.
I'm impressed that you don't have your script on you, and that's really good.
Like when you're out at a restaurant and the waiter takes your order without writing it down, and you're like,
Right. I
You're
hope he got it.
astounded.
I hope he
Like, oh
got
my
it.
God.
I don't know how they do that.
I'm not good with memorization like that, so I give you a lot of credit that you
Practice.
can do that.
Yeah, I'm really not. I have a bad memory, but when it comes to lines, like, I gotta remember that, because when I first started, when I was like 18 going into an audition, I had 3 lines, and I was confident that it's just 3 lines. I'm good at it. But I went in there and I was like, I was nervous. There was 6 people just standing there, and I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know what to I'm sorry. Like I didn't study my lines. And after that time, I was like, I need to know my lines, because that's very embarrassing if you don't know them. So
Yeah, because then it seems like you didn't put the time in. So.
right. And how I look at acting is, I like I said, acting is my first love. There's more no's than yeses, and there's a lot of people not doing it than doing it. But
I feel like you could really express yourself in both acting and in music.
right. Even when you're performing as an artist, you're acting.
I think hand in hand, you could get a lot of opportunities from being able to do both.
Yes. Yes. So I'm working on both. I'm literally like, there's days where there's days where I'm doing acting and music the same day. Right.
Have you ever done like a play, like on Broadway or like anything like that, like a musical?
No.
Not in school or anything?
No. I'm more into TV and film.
Okay. Yeah, they're totally different spaces for sure.
Right. I wouldn't mind doing theater. I just know I know, like, with theater you have to be more like, what's the word? Like, I don't know the word.
I think I know what you're saying. Like, you have to like really act
You have to be bigger.
large.
Like,
Yeah.
That's like on
you
the
have
spot. Like,
right.
I'm sure you got lines, but you really got to sell that like right there to an audience.
Right. You have to just be bigger with it.
Because when you're on stage, you have to project so much. Like, you have to be so animated.
Animated. That's the word. But when I was in school, I tried out for theater, and I didn't get in.
Oh.
I didn't get in. I think because I was very nervous at that time, and then after that time, I was like, okay, now I can't be nervous. I can't, even though
Learning experience.
the nerves get to you. But that was my first audition, was at school, and then I got in now, so it's okay.
I had a brief
You
stint.
can't get a yes every time.
They can't.
Was it
There's
middle
more.
school?
There's more no's than yeses. You
Yeah.
gotta. Yeah, you gotta
gotta
take
Let it
the.
bring you down.
Work through it.
Yeah, you gotta take the. I do not know the words. I need to say.
Take it as experience. Take
Yeah,
it as like
the
a learning
experience. Yeah,
experience, I guess.
yeah.
Because it'll push you to do better. Not that you didn't do good already, but
Right.
if there were anything you could work on, then you can make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say before, Andrew? You're about to say something.
Oh, in middle school, I tried out for it was Annie. The school was doing Annie. And I
Were you
tried
going for Annie?
Oh yeah, I didn't get it obviously.
Oh,
Ah,
sorry, Andrew.
You weren't even a tree.
No, I was tried out for, I can't remember exactly, Warbucks, some guy in there. I can't remember what it was for, and didn't get that. So then I think they gave me Roosevelt. If you knew Annie, you would know who I'm talking about.
I don't
Is
know
that
the
the dog?
characters, unfortunately.
No, it was a guy in a wheelchair.
Ah, shit.
And like I think I had
okay.
like one. I think I had like 3 words, and I was so happy. But like, I was mostly in the back. But like after that, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But I was like, I'll never do that again.
Right. I actually
Too nervous.
in 5th grade, we did Red Riding Hood.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remembered I was one of the blind mice, one of the 3 blind mice, and people were telling me to fall. So I had the glasses on, and then I fell. Sorry, I'm just like thinking back, but I fell like in front of everybody. Yeah, I remember doing that one. So I guess I was
funny.
in a little thing. I guess in 5th grade. Yeah,
That counts. That's a part of
Now
your
I
journey.
would never
Right.
do that. Never.
I think everyone had to participate.
I think that's what it was. I remember seeing pictures like I
That
have
was like
really
the
old
talent show
pictures.
that
I'm
we
like,
did in 5th
never
grade.
again.
Like we all had to do a talent thing.
The 3 blind mice.
I can't talk in front of. I mean, besides then, I don't think I ever really talked in front of like a bunch of people.
It's not easy for everybody.
Yeah,
I see people doing. I'm like, oh, that's
Like I've always
good
been
for them. I can't do that.
super shy. Like I never spoke in school.
right,
Like never rose my hand.
right. Yeah,
If they called on me, I'd be like,
same with me. I had to tell my teacher like before class started, like don't call on me. Like yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that. That's like a cheat code.
Yeah, I said don't call
Just-
on me.
Next thing you know, you're
Like
the
ahead of
first person
class.
they call on.
Just don't call on me. It's
Right.
not going to end well for you.
Right. I even had that's if you want to get all into it, but I had cancer when I was younger. So
Oh my gosh, I did
when
not
I
know
was
that.
11 and I in 6th grade, and I would always tell my teacher like, can I sit in the back? Like don't call on me. Can I sit in the back? So yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I know I'm like skipping way over the cancer, but I'm just sorry.
No, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Everything's okay now.
Everything's
you
okay.
haven't.
Everything's good. Everything's good.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
That was when you were really young.
Yeah, that was when I was 11.
Wow.
I was 11, yeah.
To deal with something like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's nuts. So we've gotten into so many different things, but it was an absolute pleasure to have you.
Yes,
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Anything you have coming up, anything, feel free to plug it.
Well, like I said, March 1st is my music video. It's coming out March 1st.
On your YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube, Instagram. Well, that's
Okay,
pretty much
cool.
where it is. Like YouTube, that's where most people post their stuff, right? YouTube,
Patreon.
Patreon?
Patreon.
I've never been on Patreon. I don't even know what it
Vimeo?
is. Vimeo.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Sorry, that was a weird joke.
So yeah, the music video is coming out March 1st, and new music coming soon. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for coming on.
thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Andrew, any last words?
I hope everyone has a good night. Is that good?
Yeah,
That's perfect.
have a great night.
Have a great night, everybody. See you next time.